In this video, you're going to learn how to slay Riff by Mighty Riff, Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. What's going on? Welcome to Beholden to the Riff, the heaviest bass channel on YouTube. Let's get right into it. We are in E standard tuning, so grab your axe, tune up, and let's do this. Before we jump into the riffs, let's take a second to check out the musical structure of the song. We are in E major and essentially using two chords throughout the entire song. It's going back and forth between the E major chord and the A major chord, so a 1-4 chord progression. So essentially we are playing one measure on the E chord and one measure on the A chord, and we just bounce back and forth. So the kind of bare bones chord progression goes. So to add some flavor, John Paul Jones is using the arpeggios of each of the chords. And all an arpeggio is the notes of a chord played one note at a time. So in an E major arpeggio, we have the notes E, G sharp, and B. And in A major, we have A, C sharp, and E. So riff number 1 starts on the E major arpeggio, and we're using the root note and the 5th. So 7th fret, A string, 9th fret on the D string. Then we go to the A major arpeggio, and he's using it in this position. So we're starting 7th fret on the D string. This is our root note, A. This is the major 3rd, C sharp. That's 11th fret, D string. Then this is the perfect 5th on the 9th fret, G string. So when we go into that A chord, we're essentially outlining that arpeggio. We're adding a little more flavor here. We're going to the 11th fret on the high string, but walking immediately down to that 5th. Then hitting that 3rd and sliding down. Then we go back to the E chord. So it's the root note here, 7th fret, same spot. So from that root note, we jump up to the G sharp on the G string. This is the 13th fret. This is going to be the major 3rd of the E major arpeggio. And we're essentially walking down the scale, highlighting the notes in the arpeggio. So it goes. Then it goes to the A chord, and it goes like this. So we start on the 7th fret, D string. We go 7, 9, slide up to 11. Then hit the 9th fret on the high string. And then slide down from that 11th fret again. So here's the riff. let's check it out against the root notes of the chord as we're playing through it. So every time we play an E chord, I'm going to use the low E string, open. And when we get to the A chord, I'm going to hit the open A. So it goes. And what a cool bass part. This is one of my absolute favorite lines.
Sometimes I grow so tired, but I know I've got one thing I got to do. Ramble on.
Here's riff number 2, nice and slow. So very cool. We're doing the same thing, same chord progression, E major and A major. So the first part starts open E, we go open 2, 4. So we're walking up the scale to that major third here. Then it goes to the A chord. It goes open A string, then the 4th fret on the A string. That's our C sharp or the major third. And we hit that perfect 5th here. 2nd fret, D string, and walk back down. And it starts over. It's just so good. Before we get into the next riff, I'd just like to take a moment to thank the Beholden to the Riff Patreon community. Your support means the world and makes all these lessons and all these tabs happen. Thank you so much. Here's riff number 3, nice and slow. It just gets better and better. So it starts E chord, right? And we're starting on the root note here, 7th fret on the A string, and we're going up an octave, 9th fret high string. Then we go to the low E string and essentially walk up the arpeggio. Goes open 4, 7. So that's the root, major third, perfect 5th. Then we go to the root. Then we go to the A chord, and it does this riff. So he'll vary that up slightly, but it's essentially this. We're going 7th fret on the D string, so this is our root note, A. And we're kind of droning on it. We're just... And we'll add in the 9th fret on the high string, so this is the 5th. And then we'll throw in this 7th fret. So we go back and forth, 9th, 7th fret on the high string. The main one he does is this. Then it starts over. And here it is, up to speed. So awesome. So much fun to play.
I gotta find the queen of all my dreams. I tell you no lie. Life's a tale that can't
Here's riff number 4, nice and slow. So this is the bridge of the song.
Where's that confounded bridge?
And in a bridge, we generally will modulate, and it kind of takes us out of the song just to kind of bring us right back in. So we're basically flopping the chords around. So we're starting on an A chord, and we go to the E chord. So this is just root note on the D string, 7th fret. This is the A, and we're doing grace note hammer-ons every once in a while from the 5th fret. And we do the same thing on the A string. Then we do this part here. It goes. So that's open A, hammer-on the D string, 5 up to 7. Then we go 7 on the D string, 7 on the high string. Then it's 9, 7, 9 on the high string. Then hammer on 5 to 7 on the D string. So that part again. And then it repeats. And it walks out. That's 7 sliding up to 9 on the D string, 7 hammer up to 9 on the G string. And we're back in riff number 1. So here it is, full speed. Such a cool song, and one of the absolute tastiest bass lines of all time. And we're only working with 2 chords. Just unbelievable. Such an awesome song. All right, let's check out the outro at full speed. But before we do, thanks for checking out the video. If you dug the lesson, I highly encourage you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. This way YouTube will show this thing to more fans of Led Zeppelin, just like we are. And if you'd like to see a full playthrough synced along with the song and the tabs, check out the Beholden to the Riff Patreon page.